On behalf of Umunala community in Oka, Anambra State, signed by Sam Madbuko Chidebre Joseph, Honorable Uchenna Okonkwo, and 3 others against one Kinsley Emeka Morgan, aka Emeka Morgan, who have been using the instrument of police to threaten their lives of this community, harass, intimidate.
The country, starting for petitions, and bring them here. If they approach you, tell them to go and meet the member representing the area. At the very least, you consult the person representing the area, and 2 of you can work on it. This, my honorable friend here, represents a constituency in Lagos.
My name is Barrister J.C. Okejo Onakalos. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I represent the Nigerians, especially the habit of Lagos, which is Solo. Mr. Speaker, I have 2 worded petitions written to you because of your antecedent in answering people's questions. This one is signed on behalf of Umunala community in Oka, Anambra State, signed by Sam Madbuko Chidebre Joseph, Honorable Uchenna Okonkwo, and 3 others against one Kinsley Emeka Morgan, aka Emeka Morgan, who have been using the instrument of police to threaten their lives of this community, harass, intimidate. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, the petitioners are craving your indulgence to put a stop to this harassment. And the second one is from Mr. Victor Osini on behalf of Umuti community, Ndokwa East, local government of Delta State. And the petition goes as this: petition to the Speaker of the House of Representatives from the operation by Nigerian Petroleum Development Company operating in Ndokwa for non-compliance with the provision of the Petroleum Industrial Act, Section 351 Sub 2, Section 424 Sub 1 and Sub 2 of the Petroleum Industrial Act regarding the appointment of Umuti community to the Host Community Development Trust Board in Nigeria. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, their prayers are well engrafted, and Mr. Speaker, I seek your imprimatur to lay this petition.
Petition from everywhere and bring to this place. This place, we all represent constituencies. You focus your attention to the place you represent. You can't go around the country, starting for petitions, and bring them here. If they approach you, tell them to go and meet the member representing the area. At the very least, you consult the person representing the area, and 2 of you can work on it. This, my honorable friend here, represents a constituency in Lagos. What I'm saying is that the petition is talking about concerns somewhere in Anambra State. It might be from Anambra, but for the purpose of this house, it represents a constituency in Lagos State. That is the constituency. With those all, for clarity, let me read this place to you, sir.
No, I understand you don't need to read anything.
Okay, so that's the point. A few weeks ago.
Thank you so much for the observation. I think petition from another constituency, because the whole entire country is our constituency. But as much as possible, we need to be restricting ourselves to our constituencies. Where we need to take any petition from any other constituency, there is the need for us to really liaise with the member representing that constituency, so that at least we appear to be working on the same issue. I don't think if we need to debate on that. It is a point of order, and it is noted. And please, members, let us adhere as much as possible to restrict ourselves to our constituencies, and where we need to go beyond, let there be some kind of consultation with the member representing that particular constituency. Thank you very much.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
This petition is from Umore Concerned Youth Forum. This petition is titled, Petition by Concerned Youth Forum of Umore Asa, Isimiri Autonomous Community, Ukwa West, Local Government Area of Umore Community, Ukwa West Local Government Area, Nigeria, as represented by Engineer Obonna Nnamdi Chikode, Enwerem Ato, Victor Nwokporo, Light Obonna, and others. Mr. Speaker, if you permit me, I will read this petition before I lay it before the House. This petition is forwarded by members of the concerned youth of Umuriasa, Isimiri Autonomous Community in Okwa West Local Government Area of Abia State, over the arbitrary operations of Inner Galaxy Steel Company Limited, bordering on a number of issues, such as unscrupulous labor practices, violating extant laws, also gross environmental pollution to water resources of villages and communities, depriving inhabitants of the use of waterways and other natural resources, such as fish. The land has also suffered pollution. And
I don't think if there is a need for you to read the content, the details of, you can just proceed and submit your petition, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I proceed now to lay the petition before the House. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rules to ask that this matter be seen as very urgent and important for this Hallowed Chamber to take it this morning. The matter is on the need for us to investigate the utilization of takeoff grants, bailout funds, and interventions allocated to ministries, departments, and agencies of government. Of course, these funds have not been properly utilized. And under sections 88 and 89 of the Constitution, you know that that is one of our core duties, to ensure that we checkmate either misuse or maladministration of funds that we appropriate. I will please urge this House to see this as an important matter that this House ought to consider this morning. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Investigate utilization of takeoff grants, bailout funds, and interventions allocated to ministries, departments, agencies, institutions, and government-owned enterprises from 2015 to present day. The House notes the provisions of Section 88(2)(b) of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that empowers the House to expose corruption, inefficiency, or wastage in the management of public funds appropriated by the National Assembly. The House notes further that the effective utilization of public funds is paramount to fostering accountability, transparency, and trust in MDAs and government institutions. The House recognizes that over the years, the government has allocated takeoff grants, intervention funds to existing and newly established agencies and institutions to support their foundational operations, as well as bailout funds to various agencies designed to facilitate specific services and settle outstanding liabilities. The House is worried that the persistent allegations of the diversion and mismanagement of these funds, as well as the potential failure to utilize them for their intended purposes, thereby undermining the effectiveness of vital public services and projects. The House is concerned that the significant financial losses resulting from the mismanagement of these funds represent a substantial drain on the public resources that could have been used for essential services and national development in line with Section 14(2)(b) of the Constitution. The House is also concerned that the misuse of takeoff grants, bailout funds, and other interventions has severely compromised national developmental goals, hindering progress towards critical social and economic objectives. The House is aware that the misappropriation of these funds has led to a demonstrable deterioration in the quality of public service delivery and compromise the security of the nation, thereby undermining public trust in government effectiveness. The House is also aware that the lack of stringent oversight and monitoring mechanism may contribute to the inefficiency in the deployment of these resources, resulting in wasted funds that could otherwise be utilized to improve the good intended government policies and as well as safe and secure lives of citizens. The House is therefore called upon to resolve to constitute a special committee to conduct an immediate investigation into the utilization of takeoff grants, bailout funds, and interventions allocated to MDAs, government institutions, and GOs from 2015 to date. Assess compliance with existing regulations and guidelines regarding the management and reporting of these funds, including any instance of diversion or misappropriation. And finally, make recommendations for the enhancement of regulatory frameworks, sanctions, monitoring systems, and accountability measures to ensure the effective and intended use of public funds in all relevant sectors, and report back to the House within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I so humbly move.
Any seconder?
For PhD, I represent the good people of Ehimembano, Hitu Boma, Bofera Constituency, Mr. Speaker from Imo State. I rise to second this motion ably moved by one of the leaders in this 10th Assembly and one of the long-standing legislators we have in this House of Representatives, Kisili Chinda. Mr. Speaker, I so second.